when we go into a room and we feel yuck, or we are aware of somebody else's darkness, that's kind of what it is. So I remember one of my first really dominant experiences of this. I had just been for a session with my kinesiologist chiropractor, which meant that I was feeling quite pure and aligned, and I just wanted to stay in that precious space of serenity, and good God help anyone who messed with my tranquility. That was the attitude I had at that point in time, right? I made a point of not visiting any family. Each day I would go to the chiropractor because I just wanted to stay in my peace. And on this day I had to pop into the bank, and I walked into the bank and I saw this woman at the counter, and I was like, I don't want to get in here. Darkness. Oh, no. She's got bad vibes, that girl. Bad JUJU, whatever you call it. And anyway, so I was like, okay. But I was focused on, I went into fear, you could say. Because I was like, I don't want to carry any of that stuff. And since then I've developed some better understandings of this and tools. So the correct action to do, whilst we do need to be aware of blasting our light out if we want to just stay oblivious to what's going on, we can just keep ourselves in that light. But if you are an empathic person and you are witnessing that so obviously, what I'm actually picking up in that woman in the Westpac Bank was her deep, unhappy, unmet needs, sadness. She was also, I think, in a wheelchair, so she was not well, and I was simply witnessing her disharmony. So the correct action for me would be to simply send her love and compassion, and really just give her all that she is lacking to help to lighten her darkness, in which case I indirectly give myself that love and compassion. And so, because love is the opposite of fear is the opposite of love, and therefore I actually did take on her stuff, and I felt that I had this attachment on me for some days after. It took me a while to release it because I didn't have an understanding of what the heck was going on. And we don't have to hold on to these attachments. If they do come, we can simply let them go. So you won't
hold on them because you put the love out there?
No, because the love is the healer of it. Not dissolve, but you kind of do count. Well, you actually heal both parties, because it's the same thing. If you are defensive in a situation, you are as good as being attacked because you're not willing to let the love in. And if we can witness something, instead of being fearful of it, we just be compassionate, kind, understanding, and send them the love, it won't be untoward toward us. But that is actually easier said than done, because we are well, and especially because if it's very emotionally affecting yourself with triggers and things like that. In this case where I went into the bank, I didn't even know this lady. I just was more in my selfish state of don't mess with me. I've just been self-responsible and righteous about looking after myself. Why can't you be more self-responsible for your stuff? But that's a complete judgment. That's coming from a high and mighty kind of, contempt attitude. And I gave myself that darkness because it brought up that for me. And that's the transformation that I would do different next time. But I'll never forget that.